Hi guys. I'm here for another quickie reading. Because apparently there have been so many jail letters that have been updated since I was last on the quickie. Um, there is a reason I haven't been doing many quickie readings as of late. The videos I was uploading for the past month have been like, they were already on my computer. And to be honest, I had a very important test that I wanted to focus a lot more of my time on studying for. So I didn't really have the time to like go back to quickie reading. That being said, I passed the test. Um, and I really want to get back into quickie reading, especially now that I looked into the site and see how many new letters have been made. Apparently, he is which is making me really excited to go back into this. So let's get into it. This is from the 20th of October, 2021. And this is a response to 6 questions by a fan named Joe Mama, which is, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris didn't get the didn't get the joke. Chris's response to these 6 questions: Jesus, Christine, Weston, Chandler, Sonichu. And there's supposed to be an illustration of a Sonichu cross, but for some reason, it's not there. Okay, the 20th of October, 2021. To censored, I'm assuming Joe Mama. I have received your letter earlier today and just read through it over a couple of sandwiches. I write this now with continued sound, mind, body, and soul on the partial sheet torn from the photocopy of the letter's envelope while the response is fresh. Short on full blank paper and envelopes at this moment. I will write more in a couple days after receiving more paper and envelopes. Now, for genuine on the level and down on this down to this earth preface, I directly with you, Eliza, I do mediate innately, consciously, and involuntarily, and constantly, and have all my life. Oh, meditate. It's I do meditate innately, consciously, and involuntarily, and constantly, and have all my life, which is bullshit. So I do have direct access to and with this Earth, both of our Earths of the recombining universe, the entire multiverse, the Akashic records, and all the greater and ultimate knowledge, insights, and wisdoms. So I do not just believe, I know full and certain with absolutely no delusions, illusions, or lies, and I only speak true in fact, as aside from the future soldiers' details not yet to be publicly revealed that I am not allowed to divulge, I personally have nothing or very little to hide. That being said, I shall open by answering your sixth and fourth questions, since the two are sharing similar details. In regards to online fame or infamy, yes, I do realize and have accepted that in a certain extent to the damage and chaos that had come upon myself on this earth was, in fact, my fault and bad in sharing too much conscious honesty during those respective years, impertinence to what had been presented then. Consciously naive, ADD, OCD, tunnel vision in reference to and on top of my immediate innate meditation to my brain, it was still a work in progress with a cacophony of many details. And what was right in front of my body and happening took a lot of attention from me. So basically he's saying it's his fault, but it's not really his fault. I was simply still soul searching, exploring, and remaining in observation and testing, and others in mindset up till about 2011 or 2014. I did not like to lie. So honest and be benefiting of the doubt I was. I know my faults, and I am certainly no Mary Sue. And that case was the same for me in Israel over 2,000 years ago. Jesus Christ. Yet, even if I had not divulged so many truth bombs and honesty as a counter in late 2017, 2007, and early 2018, the results being chronicled and famous still have transpired anyway, as had my followers started following me in my past life as well. The partial lack of focus on the books is found in what I had said above. I know I am better than some to most, but I still have room for self-improvement. Miss Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, the goddess, blue heart, and Lord of all. And here's his response a couple days later. Dear Censored, as I have written a couple days ago when I received and read your letter, and now better able to answer the remaining questions with this letter and pattern at my use, I now resume with continued sound, mind, body, and soul. And in focus, I also reaffirm with a hand over my heart as I write this sentence with my full and extensive access to all greater and unlimited ultimate knowledge, insights, and wisdoms from my strong connections with the cosmos, universe, Akashic records, and the entire of and beyond the multiverse. I speak to you in both true and fact and direct and on the level. Man, for a guy who claims to be Jesus, he really can't fucking write. And this censored image is apparently supposed to be an icon of Christian Sonichu giving a peace sign hand gesture. Okay. Now, I have already answered the 4th and 6th questions on the closed notes, which were in regard to a lack of focus on the books, about my self-awareness and my faults, and so forth. The dimensional merge, collective shift, and my second coming, while visually, you may or may not have witnessed obvious incoming or ongoing presences. Physically, they have all happened and are happening as we speak right now. I'll spare the greater metaphysical truths and details, but suffice to state, there still remains a lingering veil that continues to be very tough to remove by great force prematurely. Its removal is set in divine timing to be removed upon the completion of my second coming, as detailed in the Bible's Malachi chapters 3 and 4. The merge itself is completed between universes 1218 and C197, but it is one of the 3 big events, and it all can't be concluded until the completion of all 3. The collective shift is the second and present event in progress. Second event coming is the third. Not to avoid the hypothetical question, just offering the context not present. The hypothetically for the merge not ever to go through the greater conclusion is also to have the second coming never to happen. In that there would not be a what would I do, because I would have never existed during these modern years from 1982 to present. And in my lack of my existence, you both and everyone else would have never existed now either. I encourage you both to deeply meditate and consult with the cosmos for yourselves, or ask any authentic, highly enlightened physic or medium for the deeper details. But to put it in shorter terms, since my birth in Bethlehem at year 0, and after my obvious physical ascension to heaven realm, I had returned to Earth with my physical appearance changed and assuming a new identity with continued immortal memories and so forth. I've continued to walk with everyone for centuries on continued guidance, observations, and divine missions. And I changed myself time and again, even to eternally and externally change my physical gender as well. Come the year 1389, and King Arthur commanded Merlin to exile the dragons, which ended up dividing the universe, putting me in exile from the non-magic able peoples as well for a brief moment for me, but centuries for you all. My mind, body, and soul interdimension transport forward and back through time and space, landing me in my one reincarnation of rebirth on February 24th, 1982. My father, now mother, Emmanuel, God above gods herself, had been answering everyone's prayers and projecting my outdated visage in my steed. From 1389 to my temporary exile in 2000, when I came of age, once again, I started astral projecting, manifesting, and working with everyone once again. My exile in 1389 was my real leap from you all. And this life, I live immortally. It now is the foreshadowing, along with the reawakening, obviously, of the foretold second coming of mine. So hypothetically, if there is no dimensional merge, there's no second coming, and without a second coming, I and all of you would not exist at all now. Yeah, you already said that. So what would I be doing? Same as you, not exist. Moving on, my past and present views on those with mental illness is similar to what I have been born with in this life. And this is more personally existential in detail. Presently, I do not look down on anyone with autism, ADD, ADHD, OCD, and so forth. I have become more conscious and aware of, most appreciative of all who had overcome those even harder struggles. I have other autistic friends, Edna McLaren for one. My trigger had been in observation and deep empathy and mirroring of those who cannot extensively function mentally. That is a pot calling the kettle black, and he didn't even mention Asperger's, which he had the most problems with. Like he literally made videos mocking people with Asperger's. So I was actually wondering what he felt about them now, because he used to be a piece of shit about that, or probably still is, but you know what I mean. I have always felt really sorry for them, but direct that question to yourself. What if in this timeline you were as mentally incapable as the kid with the wheelchair, with the constantly tilted head and arched wrists, or that constantly unconscious and bumbling young adult who greets everyone with a tough as 100-pound whaps to the shoulder or head and can't help it. To be putting myself in their plight empathetically is a trigger. But I also do appreciate that some of them as well manage to succeed in their individual way. Stephen Hawking, to name an obvious one, I also know that they do think and feel for themselves, but they cannot fully express it or speak it clearly. I feel it most difficult and enduring, patient as I am, to be in their company for too long, because then my copies them and I'm left in the state of that state of mind for a while. So I'm assuming he just means he's kind of in their heads. He copies what they do because he kind of gets in their heads or something. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Just no good. I do not look down nor hate the similar or worse mentally challenged. I have a hard time with the worst mentally challenged. Be my mirror and reflect my plight while I hear Timmy from South Park. I'm not laughing either. I feel better including everyone, especially when they continue to project positive vibes and emotions, as well as treating others kindly, compassionately, respectfully as they themselves and their family and partners. I will not argue or dispute communities appreciating each other in a similar interest, attribute, or even flaw. I have not repeated the acronym with straight cisgender and the main letters in years. And I was still in the learning phase then socially, and I like being inclusive and open-minded. Simple as that. That's a load of bullshit too. You were literally the least open-minded person ever. Not everything falls back on me being autistic. When it did, it was an impulsive and flawed form of self-defense because I was really really heavily emotional during these times. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me today, aside from the fact that my nose is stuffed up to hell and back. A related topic, my dad, Robert Franklin Chandler Jr. Sonichu, I forgot he was a Sonichu, throughout my life used to constantly spar to instigate an argument or trigger me. As if as a child, just saying or partially venting, going to wake up Robert Jew and Barbara and seeing his pantless boxer short was exposed penis on display like a statue in a museum was not traumatizing enough at the time. Often I hardly was able to easily counter or respect to his attempts at encouraging me to verbally argue and defend myself. On that aspect, I can fall back and blame that the freaking autism as it was then. But yeah, I did not verbally argue as much growing up. And it took facing the even tougher moments since 2000 and shit for me to actually formulate and speak better self defenses with the truth. Even in those times when the result was actually my day of fall, especially with all the truth bombs and Rosie Rose Jews post intersex to female transition and Operation Nudes, and the XXX tended controversial version of my book number 8 in 2008, fucking Encyclopedia Dramatica and Toxic Haters. Yeah, hell yes, I am upset. I tested everyone as I was meant to on my divine missions from Emmanuel, and I got betrayed, kissed again by Josh Boone, as I did by Judas. I don't know why he wrote deep breaths there. That's fucking dumb. I apologize for that outbursts, but I also feel it emphasizes my point in response to your fifth question. I do take responsibility for slipping into the emotional outburst. Also, I never said Barbara was a god, but Emmanuel is my mother, as she was my father long ago. Emmanuel and Barbara are two separate individuals and souls, and I am living in the now. I have been. I know who and what I am, was, and always have been, and one moment at a time in this body of mine, and astrally manifested between both persons. 1218 net here and of C1C211987. Thank you, Censor, for your questions. You have my consent and permission to share my truthful responses online if you and Censor feel well and wish to do so. I personally bless you both through this letter and directly from my soul. Go forth in peace and clarify by my power of a glorious God. I assume he means clarity. Be safe and well with lots of love, Miss Christine Weston Chandler, Sonichu, the goddess Blueheart, and Lord Messiah, Savior, God of all. That's charming. Okay. Okay, so we got a couple notes here. So this is the first of two letters sent by Chris in the same envelope. Many parts of available photos of the letter are redacted. However, the photo of page 2 leaves the addresses name visible, Eliza and Katie. This is the second of two letters sent by Chris in the same envelope. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Hopefully it's not too long. Oh, this is the one about Luann involving Luann from the Loud House. Overrated show, in my opinion. Okay, so this is from the next day, like October 21st. And this letter was once again in response to someone attempting to troll Chris in jail. Don't do this. Yeah, I wasn't planning on it. Okay, so on the 21st of October 2021, Chris sent a letter from jail responding to another failed attempt to troll him. He asked about what the allegedly risque activities he performed with a plushie of an underage cartoon character he owned. The original sender pretended to be Master Shake and gave Chris a Persian blessing, which was actually a transliteration of Ian Brandon Anderson. The sender posted his letter and Chris's response to the CO board on 4chan. The Luna Loud plush as it helped send Chris Chan to Everfree. Oh, okay, so he doesn't. How Chris views Luann according to his letter. To the letter. Let's see this. Jesus Christ, that's so funny. The original letter to Christine Weston Chandler. I'm just going to be frank. I've been hearing rumors that you're in possession of a plush toy that is in the likeness of Luann Loud. I did some searching and saw in the video where you were asking people to donate to your Everfree Northwest GoFundMe that said plush was visible in the background of your bed. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a picture of Luann. There she is. I first heard these rumors after your arrest back in August, though the doll being in your possession was only part of the discourse. The other part of the rumors was that you did sexual things to the doll. Like I remember one person saying that you cut a hole in it. I'm just writing to ask if you actually did anything sexual to the doll. I'm not accusing you of anything. I just wanted to dispel any rumors. To show my good intentions, I'm giving you an automatic blessing. You can tear off that part of the letter and hang it onto your cell wall. It is a simple phrase that wishes one good luck and that all will turn out well in your hour of tribulation. Just crease it first. Best regards, Sheikh Zula. P.S. My real name will be on the envelope per Virginia Correction System rules, but I request that you not refer to me by said name, just as Sheikh Zula. Yanba Andon and Andarason. Oh, Ian Brandon Anderson. He just basically used Ivan letters to say okay. But it says Persian up here. Yeah, I guess he could tell the difference. So here's Chris's response. Hey, Censor, to answer your question, and you may share it online as you wish, the Luann Loud plush, as well as all my plushes throughout my present and mortal life, have never ever been cut open at all, nor have any of them been violated, defaced, or abused sexually at all. There was no discourse. The Luda, he got the name wrong. It's Luann. The Luda Loud plush was literally a gift from another one of my kind followers because they saw similarity in the humor aspect between I and her. She's actually funnier than you, and she doesn't need to like explain her jokes, her shit jokes all the time. So that's a load of crap. I have my morals, especially being the full reincarnation of Jesus Christ of Nazareth and God of all, including you. Uh, People with morals don't really have sex with their mom multiple times, but you do you, I guess. Regardless, I appreciate your blessing and prayer in Arabic. I have an open mind for all religions and spiritualities, and as I am multifaceted, thank you kindly. I offer you a blessing in return. Visually, I draw in my spiritually updated Christianity symbol, but its main manifestation is in the form of a small share of my own aura and vibrations. Go forth with peace and clarity by my power and glory as God. Miss Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. Okay, so they're saying on the notes that it was Persian, but I am honestly can't tell because he says the guy says it's Arabic, but again, like I said, he could be confused or just not can't give a shit. And the available photos of the letter have the sender's name censored. Note that Chris clearly ignored the request to be called Sheikh Zula. He did because he said his name twice. He oh my God, Chris, you suck. Yeah, so those are 2 letters from Chris. I just find it really funny that the Loud House somehow got in all the Chris chat action. So see me come back next time where I will hopefully not have a stuffy nose and we can read more Chris Chan letters because these are a gold mine of entertainment. You'd think being in jail would kind of calm him down, but if anything, he's gotten worse, which is very good for humor, but not for his case. So, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share the video, watch my other ones, and subscribe to the channel since I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So I'll see you all next time, and be sure to stay beautiful because I most certainly will not be doing that for you.